Confidence. What a powerful word, a simple yet profound concept that has the ability to transform lives, to elevate women from the shadows of doubt to the brilliance of self-assuredness. Confidence is not merely the absence of fear, it is the audacity to confront that fear, to stand tall amidst the storm, to assert one's worth in a world that often tries to diminish it. To be confident is to embrace one's individuality, to walk into a room and own it, to speak one's truth with a voice that resonates, to be unapologetically oneself. But let us delve deeper, shall we? What truly makes a woman independent, confident, a great thinker, competitive and strong? It is a symphony of factors, a confluence of experiences that shape her into a force of nature. Independence is not just about financial autonomy, it is about the freedom to make choices, to carve one's own path, to rise above societal expectations and limitations. It is the ability to say, "I am enough," and to believe it wholeheartedly. A confident woman is one who has faced the world's scrutiny and emerged unscathed, who has learned to silence the inner critic that whispers lies of inadequacy. She understands that her worth is not defined by others, but by her own standards, her own values. Intellectual strength is another pillar of confidence. A great thinker is not one who merely regurgitates information, but one who questions, challenges, and innovates. She is curious, always seeking knowledge, never content with the status quo. In a world that often dismisses women's intellect, she stands firm, proving time and again that her ideas are just as valid, her insights just as valuable. It takes a fierce spirit to compete in arenas dominated by men, to claim a seat at the table when the odds are stacked against you. Yet, this is exactly what confident women do. They fight for their place, they assert their ideas, and they refuse to be silenced. But let's not romanticize this journey. The battles women have fought to achieve this confidence are immense, steeped in centuries of struggle, oppression, and systemic bias. Women have been told they are too emotional, too fragile, too irrational to lead, to think, to create. They have been relegated to the sidelines, their voices drowned out by the cacophony of male dominance. And yet they rise. They rise against the tide of discrimination, against the weight of prejudice, against the suffocating expectations that seek to bind them. In modern society, particularly in first world countries, women have made significant strides. We see them breaking glass ceilings, shattering stereotypes, and demanding equality. Yet the journey is far from over. The bias persists, the put-downs continue. Women are still judged by their appearance, their choices, their very existence. They are often pitted against one another, forced to compete in a system that thrives on division. And in this relentless struggle, they must prove themselves time and again, not just as individuals, but as representatives of their gender. Now, let's turn our gaze to the women in third world countries and in certain Arab nations, where the fight for equality is not just a battle, but a war. Here, women often find themselves voiceless, stripped of autonomy, treated as mere objects, their worth measured against the whims of men. They are denied education, denied opportunities, denied the very essence of what it means to be human. In these societies, a woman's value is often tied to her ability to bear children or to cater to the needs of her husband. The struggle for independence is fraught with danger, and yet there are countless women who dare to dream, who risk everything to claim their rights, to assert their identities. Imagine the courage it takes for a girl in a rural village to defy tradition, to pursue an education, to challenge the norms that seek to confine her. Picture the woman in a conservative society who stands up against the oppressive structures that dictate her life, who refuses to be silenced, who fights for her right to exist as an equal. These women are warriors, not just in their own lives, but for the generations that will follow. They are the unsung heroes, the ones who, despite the odds, continue to break barriers, to redefine what it means to be a woman in a world that often seeks to diminish them. And yet, as we honor these incredible women, we must also acknowledge the continuous struggle that persists. The world is not yet a level playing field. The biases are deeply entrenched. The stereotypes stubbornly cling to the fabric of society. Women face the daily battle of proving their worth, of fighting for recognition, of demanding respect. They are often met with resistance, with skepticism, with the ever-present question, "Are you sure you can do this?" It is a question that echoes through the halls of power, through the corridors of influence, and yet the answer is always a resounding yes. Yes, we can, we will, we must. As we reflect on this journey, let us pay tribute to the women who have come before us, to those who have paved the way, who have fought tirelessly for the rights we enjoy today. Let us honor the suffragettes who marched for the right to vote, the activists who stood up against injustice, the trailblazers who shattered glass ceilings. They are the embodiment of resilience, of strength, of unwavering spirit. Their sacrifices have not gone unnoticed, and their legacy lives on in every woman who dares to dream, who dares to stand tall. To the young girls watching, to the women who feel lost in the shadows, know this. You are powerful beyond measure. Your voice matters, your dreams are valid, and your journey is worthy. Embrace your confidence, nurture it, let it flourish. Do not apologize for who you are. Instead, celebrate your uniqueness, your individuality. You are a force of nature, capable of achieving greatness, of reaching for the stars, of breaking down barriers. In the face of adversity, remember that you are not alone. There is a sisterhood that spans the globe, a network of women who support one another, who lift each other up, who understand the struggles and triumphs of this journey. Together, we can create a world where confidence is not just an ideal, but a reality for every woman, where equality is not just a dream, but a fundamental right. So let us continue to fight, to advocate, to inspire. Let us be the change we wish to see in the world. Let us break the chains of doubt, shatter the ceilings of oppression, and rise as a collective force. The future is bright, and it belongs to us. We are the architects of our destiny, the warriors of our narrative, the champions of our cause. Together, we will forge a path of empowerment, of equality, of unwavering confidence. To every woman who has ever felt inadequate, who has ever doubted her worth, who has ever been told she cannot, you are enough. You are strong. You are capable. You are magnificent. Stand tall, exude your confidence, and let the world bear witness to your brilliance. The time is now. The world is waiting for you to shine,